Sun's coming up on day 3 of harvest. I'm going to take the head off, put it on the trailer over there, and move it to the next field. A lot to do this morning, and actually some frost on the ground, so going to be wet for a while. Looks like it's going to be no clouds and sunny, so hopefully it burns off. I don't know if we'll cut anything before noon or not, but we'll see. I got some stuff to do though. I'm gonna move this head. I'm gonna go over a few things on the combine, and we have to get a truck to a cornfield because we leave space for a test plot for some corn research guys, and they're going to start harvesting today, so they need a truck to dump on. So I'm going to have that up there by 10 o'clock, so I'll be busy most of the morning shuffling stuff around and getting things ready, so be not much before noon before I could go anyway. Some daily checks. There's a few chains, check for tight, and then give them a little oil on them. Keep them in good shape. So there's this one here on the side of the feeder house. There's this one. Sometimes I take this shield off and leave it off on this rethresher. But I'll shoot some oil in that one too. And I will open up the clean grain elevator and the return grain. Make sure those chains are tight. And come around to this side. Also check for tightness on the unload auger drive chain. So there's a indicator there, so that's good and tight. It really never needs anything till it's just worn out, and then we'll spray it as well. Go ahead and get the head unlatched while I'm at it. So the return chain was good and tight. And the clean grain elevator, it's getting a little loose, but I'd say it's good for today. I'll probably tighten it up tomorrow morning. So what you do is, so you loosen these these are bolts that are in a slot on the other side. So this moves up and down. So then you loosen this one, and you tighten this one down. That pushes this down. So this is the bearing on the sprocket that the chain rides on, so that'll push it down and put more tension on the chain, and you can do that until you run out of slot, and then you gotta take a link out of the chain, or if you've already taken the links out, you get to replace the chain. Got the head dropped off here on the buffer strip, which is handy for not running over crop and being able to hook stuff up until more harvest gets done. Then you can pop into a harvested field. Neighbors are usually good about, hey, if their field's harvested, you can hook up in the corner of their field, that kind of thing. But yeah, 40, we got these. This one's a little larger than 40 here, maybe. These grass buffer strips, these are CRP, Conservation Reserve Program. So we have these almost everywhere where we farm against these open drainage ditches that the county maintains. So it's a buffer between the field and the water. Just keeps soil and fertilizer from washing in there. So what we have to do today when we get moved and get started, this is 28 acre field here, and across the road 125 acres, and there's cover crop flown in that field a few weeks ago, so we'll be getting it uncovered, and it'll be getting more sunlight than it does now. See how much it's grown once we get over there. So we should get this 28 acres done pretty easy early this afternoon, then we'll get a good chunk of that 125 before we got a break off for cross country in town at 5 o'clock tonight. So right now I'm going to go back to the shop, probably get all the trucks out if I got time. There's about a half a load on the grain cart. I'll run a truck up there, fill it, be back, and be getting ready to have that truck up to that plot up by 10 o'clock. Neighbors must have been running corn last night. See the steam coming off their dryer. Those two are loaded with beans, need to go get unloaded. This is all corn storage here. We have another site with 4 different bins where we keep all the beans. So those need to go get unloaded. This one I just washed and is empty. And I'm gonna take it up to that corn plot now. And Tony, one of our drivers, is gonna pick me up there and he can start working on these. Coming to the field, get out of my truck. Some deer left their leg right there. Okay, so we got this field opened up a little bit. I just had the grain cart pull up, zero out the scale, and have me dump because I need to do some calibrations for crop insurance reasons in case we need to make a claim. And I knew it was close. It's pretty darn close. So the combine said I had 17,370 pounds. Grain cart, 17,160. So that's only 1.22% off, which is pretty awesome. You need to have a few calibrations within 3%, and I actually just did last year. Took all our scale tickets versus what the combine said, and on corn and beans we were within 1% of what our scale ticket said. So about as close to perfect as you can get with the yield monitor. Alright, so we finished the 28 acres over here, and I'm 24 into the 125 acres here. Some longer rows here, 3/4 of a mile or so. This field's so long it spans 2 counties. So I'm in White County right now, and you see my dad's truck over there. His truck's in Carroll County on the other side of the road there. So we'll switch counties here in a minute. The 28 acres made 57 bushels, so a little better than the field the day before. I think this one is going to be quite a bit better, hopefully. It's sitting at 57 now, but I think it's gonna be going up. I've been all the way around and on the east side. I actually had to pull out where some of the stuff's in the shade of the neighbor's cornfield. It's definitely too wet to go in the bin. At least in one big chunk. I might try to, filter it in, take little chunks of it when I get over to that part of the field and spread them across different trucks. The plot guys that are in that field over there, they just text me, corn's a little wetter than they thought, so they're going to sit out till next week. So they can get 2 of their little combines running over there. But I'm going to run for another half hour or so here, and then it'll be off to our final and home cross-country meet for middle school. Cross country time. Come on, Nick. Come on, let's go, Matthew. Get up there with Nick. Let's go. Cross country, also a parent workout.
Come on, bud.
Let's go, Matthew. You got 2 behind you. Let's stay ahead of them. Close the gap with Nick. Let's go. Come on, bud. You're on pace. PR. Let's go, go, go. Yeah, he ran in 11:27. He set a PR last week at 11:44. Killed it. This is the last meet of the season, the school season. He is signed up for a meet down in Terre Haute this Saturday, like a state cross-country meet. So see how he does there. A new experience. Awesome. New PR.